Hello. I'm going to assume that I believe that we are live. I am Jane. Yeah, I'm Jane Frizzell. This is Steinbrecht Sessions. Stay here. There's not a horse in the arena for you to either covet or rip apart. I'm not going to say, welcome, my lovelies, or my friends, or any of that. There's none of that here. This is and I've been looking at the YouTube statistics, and you guys bounce in and then bounce out because you don't want to hear this. You don't want to hear this. But one in about 4,000 of you want to hear this, and you are the one who is a rider. This is Steinbrecht Sessions. This is session 23. That means for 23 weeks, we have been examining line upon line, precept upon precept, what I call the DNA of riding, where Steinbrecht expounds on the two golden rules: ride your horse forward and set it straight, in 7 pages, pages 71 through 78. And we've been very thorough, and I hope that those of you few, most of the people, they bounce and then they click and bounce because they want this to be either easy or entertaining or fun or get a caress or something. I'm not sure what, but and the reason why the reason that I am the way I am, and I'm really not awful, to have lessons to train with and be with on a day-to-day basis in training. I think that if you actually asked people who were in training, they would say that I'm quite pleasant, actually. But when it comes to the facts and the basis stuff that we need to know, it needs to be taken seriously. And that is what Steinbrecht, in his final paragraph on page 78, which is where we are now, it's a summons. It's not a celebration. It's a sober, unwavering demand for precision, patience, and discipline. Steinbrecht isn't closing with rah, rah optimism or applause or good for you or you're so empathetic. Oh, like kindness wins every day. He's not, um, he's closing his leg on us one last time and warning the real rider of real and permanent, I'm reading my notes, real and permanent consequence. Right? Training has consequences. He is closing his leg one more time, warning you, me, everyone, all of us, of the real consequences of that come from what most of you do: rushing, skipping, fudging, and faking. And so I'm going to stay in the vibe that his final paragraph imparts, because it's grave classical instructions. It's not a TED Talk. And every urge you have to just turn this off and not stick around and not go back and find out what was said in the last 22 weeks, or even read the 7 pages carefully. What if you read them every day for a year? Because he lists a list. It's a list of must master fundamentals. You must master what he's laid out here. And he is assuming that the reader, you, and the writer, you, are taking them seriously enough to study, define, internalize, and apply what he has set forth here. Not skim them as ideas or rape them for content for your, what are they called? Subscribers. Your decision. That's your decision. You have to decide whether you're going to know, ride, and train this stuff or turn this video off. Okay. Because he's set forth an actionable call. He's not a philosopher. It's not abstract. And it's not actually this paragraph, we're ending on it, this series, but it's not an ending, it's a final warning. I'm going to read it to you. And then I'm going to make you, actually, I can't make you, because you can just click off this video. So easy. You can click off of it and you can go find some smiley people to cheerlead you or to show off how they can make changes without stirrups, or any of those things. Or you can make a decision that what is laid out here is what you plan to train. Because here's the thing. It's like heaven and hell. If you follow his instructions, you will achieve your dreams in riding. But if you rush or skip or fudge or fake or skim, I'm going to quote him. All the faults that make a horse resistant and often even ruin it will develop during training. But if you follow his rules and pay attention to what he's given us, what he has given to you, you will have your dream of riding. You will win. You will succeed. Your horses will be happy. Your horses will be sound. And if you're a professional, people will see that. Okay. This is Steinbrecht. As a conclusion of these general observations about the course of dressage training. What is the course of dressage training? I want to go through that. I want to add the serious admonition. Serious. He's saying this is a serious admonition. It's a reprimand in advance. It's a warning not to hurry any of the exercises and to let them all follow one another. They go in order. There is a logical, successive order in the training. Follow one another in such a way that the preceding exercise always constitutes a secure basis for the next one. Now, this is a thing that the rider trainers in the program I operate are very much leaning into and starting to believe. It's why Major Lindgren said, go to a more simple exercise. If the next exercise doesn't happen easily, it either means you skipped something or screwed up the preceding one. And as for these exercises that Steinbrecht is referencing here, the Major Lindgren's book of exercises that you can find on Amazon is the workbook of exercises for Steinbrecht. Okay, I'm going to continue. So he's telling us that there is a course of dressage training that is known. We're warned not to hurry and to go in order in such a way that the preceding exercise always constitutes a secure basis for the next one. Violations of this rule will always exert payment later on. He's not being philosophical here. Not only by a triple loss of time, but very frequently by resistances which, for a long time, if not forever, interfere with the relationship between horse and rider and often jeopardize the success of the entire enterprise. So those of you who are still on the fence and want the harmonious relationship and friendship, kinship, all of those buzzwords that everyone is drunk on, he's telling you here that relationship is in the course of dressage training and the exercises that follow one another in such a way that it constitute a secure basis for the horse's education. It reminds me of when Major Lindgren said, "My dear, it is my dear, it is a matter of discipline and order, followed by friendship and love." And that is the case in all relations, isn't it? So the man said that to me in a lesson. One morning, the horse was probably leaping through the air. I was doing something wrong. Maybe it was that damned left hand. I don't know. I don't remember exactly when he said it. It's somewhere. I have all my trainings on video. Someday I'll get it converted. It's on that. It's on old-fashioned video, first of all, but it's also in the PAL European version. So I can't play it on anything here. Not that I have a VCR anymore, but what I'm saying is that if you really love the content of someone in media these days, the chances are excruciatingly high that it is not good training. Okay, so that is his paragraph, but I want to go, he is such a master that just like we've learned the last 22 weeks, everything he says is loaded. It's like he is a great horseman. He is a great rider. Every aid goes through. Every statement means something. Everything matters. So let's look at what he's telling us. The conclusion of these general observations, that is the list of what he has set forth in these 7 pages. And I wrote up the list. First of all, there's ride your horse forward and set it straight, the 2 golden rules. And everyone ought to know the definition and explanation for each item on this list, starting with forward, straight, the definition of straight. There's 2 features of straight. Hind legs track the right hind to right front, left hind to left front, and spine over line. Line of travel, relative elevation, also known as uphillness. He was like, hello, he's ringing that bell every paragraph, practically. Carrying power and propulsive force and their relationship to one another. The use and purpose of the spurs, the neck as the final section of the spine, the main task of the hand, the main task of the leg, and what he considers correct contact following the uphill relative elevation, which in German is called die Aufrichtung. Okay, so, and I am going to plug this. These items are organized in here and explained in very tidy way. So you can read what he's teaching you. And when he uses a actual classical, not fake classical, an actual term, a training term, you can have that right in front of you, so you know exactly what he's talking about. And that how also all of the terms, knowing all the terms, make you understand more each term. So the better I understand the relationship of the carrying power to the propulsive force, that makes me understand the horse's own desire to carry and advance the load, his own desire to advance the load on a line of travel, because the carrying starts to mean something. All of these things, reading, studying, defining, internalizing, practicing, and training them, they all make each other more meaningful and easy. So listen, I'm not admonishing you. I am begging you. I am begging you to pay attention to this and quit dicking around. Okay. I do want to draw, and I'm going to put, I'm going to put a link. Let me make myself into. I'm going to, in the description, I'm going to put a link for the Majors exercise book on Amazon. It has nothing to do with me. I don't sell it. I'm going to give you guys a link for the Majors oval, a lengthy explanation for that directly relates to ride your horse forward and sit it straight. And I'm also going to put a link to a novice rider riding back to front in a very simplistic way on a very simplistic figure, but it's very plain to see the back to front relative elevation uphillness of the horse to the correct contact, that the horse is ridden to the bit, never bringing the bit backward to the horse. It's a video called To the Bit, and I'll put, let me make a note, link. Now it'll take me several hours, or maybe even, I think it'll take me a full day to get this in the description, but you can then find those links there. Or you could take it upon yourself to enter a few things in Google and find them, because part of the sort of hazing and wonderfulness of learning is And learning something that's so important to, I'm assuming it's important to you, just as he assumed that his readers would care about what he was setting forth. Having to go find these things and find out and search them out, it is it makes them more tasty somehow. And when things are just handed to people as they are, I mean, people will not bother with something if they don't have a link. I actually probably shouldn't put the links in the description, but I will put the links in the descriptions because it's still going to make you have to go to the description. I'm not going to email them to you. That's where I draw the line. But I will help you guys start to get a foothold in this stuff so you can start to see it. And I know that, you know, yes, wouldn't this be great if these Steinbrecht sessions were all illustrated with writing? But I've already done that. You guys just didn't know it was Steinbrecht. So I'm telling you a lot of things. You've got to be like a search dog. You've got to want to find it a little more, because I'm actually going to make it a little scavenger hunter for you guys, because it is all now. I have spent the last 4 years getting it all up in here in this internet thing. But I am not going to just send you links and put them in the, no, because you won't love them if you get, if they're handed to you like that. You wake up at 2 in the morning and drive to some random hole in the wall outside Hamburg so you could see this one guy ride this one horse for 25 minutes and then drive all the way back to Southern Holland or wherever you're coming from. You understand what I'm saying? And this program that I operate, all we do is stick with these. All we do is stick with these general observations that he has set forth. As the thing that makes it horrible and wonderful. We do not go adventuring out into new ideas unless the basis ideas are fulfilled, because then a new idea, or maybe there is a better way to say it to someone or explain it. After the general observations and the foundation rules are fulfilled and being maintained and being proven, then it's an automatic litmus for whether a new way of thinking about it or a new way of saying it is sound. It's an automatic vet check. Let me just see if I can. So, oh, here's a note. I didn't write it. I think it's great. I was discussing it with someone. He says violations of this rule will always exert payment later on. I want you guys to make an asterisk in your own copy of Gymnasium to reference back to the bottom of page 71, where he says, if these 2 golden rules are not observed due to ignorance or negligence, all of the faults that make a horse resistant and often even ruin it develop during training. So he's repeating what he said, first of all, right? And it's not philosophy. Listen to this. That line, violations of this rule will always exert payment later on. It isn't a metaphor. It's a ledger entry in the moral economy of horse training. Time, trust, and talent will be taxed and may be lost forever if the rider jumps ahead or rides with impatience or flits about the internet. The callback to page 71, the 2 golden rules, and the origins of resistance, negligence and ignorance, is critical. This is Steinbrecht's closing argument, like he's in a trial, like he's the attorney. And the verdict is impatience ruins horses. So does ignorance. So does willfulness. This isn't him being abstract, and this isn't sometimes. His admonition, his warning is reliable and irreparable.